So this, whatever I'm doing, piece of rambling, this documentary, brought to you by who? That. What? So this video and a lot of the next few videos that I'll be putting out are going to be covering a series that I did as part of the last project that was assigned in my painting class for this semester. I was given pretty much free rein on this, which was great. It was really great. No rules. It was amazing. For the most part. So I figured, what have I been doing a whole bunch of in my free time lately? Quarantine, time-killing stuff, documentation. Well, Cubism, like a lot of it. It was the first movement that I was ever exposed to as a child. I could make a whole other video on Cubism, but that would be really, really boring for you guys. Figured I should do something like that. A lot of the Cubism stuff that I was working on, screw it, I'll just show you. So I started by just drawing a bunch of faces in this little sketchbook that I got, and you can tell it's being influenced by what's going on in today's world. I never thought that I would live to see the day that people have to walk around worldwide with a mask on. That's just crazy to me. Well, anyway, I just kept on building and building until I had some images of faces and little sketches that I found satisfying to put onto the panels. But what I put onto the panels look absolutely nothing like what I was putting in my sketchbook. Of course, this was expected. If it doesn't make any sense as to why it was expected, then let me put it to you this way, and I covered this in my last video as well. Nothing's ever gonna turn out the way you want it to. Or not entirely, at least. It can, and sometimes it will, but for the most part, not really. And that can be okay. It doesn't have to look exactly like you were depicting it in your preparations or in your head. As long as it does the job of what you want it to do to your expectations, then you're good to go. Though, let me make one thing excruciatingly clear. You can't have the image go so far off the spectrum of expectation that it defeats the purpose of what you're trying to do. In layman's terms, don't use it as a cop-out, because the only people that you'll be fooling are other fools. So now that we've gotten, well, whatever that was out of the way, let's get down to business. Now, there was one particular issue that I took to heart, and this will occur in the rest of the pieces, and is really not a problem that could be fixed once I started painting. It's just something that I'll have to learn for future use. And that was the texture of the gesso that was applied to the panels. I probably should have sanded those down. I feel like it took away from the image, and now that I know that, I will be able to learn from that in the future. So besides the exercise in Cubism practice, this piece and the others in its series was a reflection of the thought that all walks of life are being affected by this pandemic that the world is currently enduring. It is the most dangerous to infants, the elderly, and those with underlying health conditions, but everyone holds dear someone who fits those descriptions. So in that sense, no one is wrong to have their concerns. This piece and its sister that you have seen throughout various clips of the time-lapse so far, they are collectively titled Small Walks. You'll start to see that I just went ahead and changed the entire color choice in the panel from blue to green. Here, I was attempting to theme each pair of the panels in the series to colors that matched the age group that they depicted. This meant finding a color that meant the same thing worldwide. I learned quickly that there is no such thing in most cases, particularly in mine. So I settled with the color of a coat belonging to one of my younger cousins. But I really loved that blue, so I let it linger a little bit under the green in some cracks and crevices. This piece was one of the less challenging ones out of the study, and I think it took me the shortest amount of time to contemplate and complete. Due to that nature, I wouldn't say that it was the most fulfilling, but that does not mean that I didn't enjoy the process. I especially enjoyed being able to paint outside on my back porch when Mother Nature was gracious enough to give me optimal conditions to do so. Since we're reaching the end of the video, I think I'll conclude by saying thank you to anyone who enjoyed watching this. I suspect I won't have as much free time once school starts back up, so this will most likely just be a quarantine thing. However, you never know what mysteries the future will provide.